Hello everyone, welcome back again. So today we will start with topic family. I have uploaded part 1 already on my channel, so you can check, and now I'm uploading part 2. So before starting, I would like to apologize because of the delay in videos due to some electricity and network issues. Starting with marriages, there are two. In arranged marriage, the partners are chosen by the elder members of your family, and in love marriage, the partner is chosen by yourself. You choose your partner by yourself. So there are many types of different marriages. So let's talk about them. There is monogamy. What is monogamy? Is being married to one person at a time. It is between one man and a woman. Serial monogamy is when someone has more than one marriage partner but only at a given time because of divorce rates. It means that when someone has as a marriage partner, he or she divorced him and then married to another person. So this is the serial monogamy. What is polygamy? Is marriage involving three person. It could be two women or one man, or it could be two men and one woman. Polygyny is when men has several wives, and polyandry is when woman has several husbands. Fraternal polyandry is women marrying two or more persons. Is and polyandrous is that husbands did not live with their wives. So, for example, if the husband lives in America for job and wives in Japan. So these are some marriage terms that you have listened first time, but you have to learn them. These are just one line, single line, so you have to learn them. It is their English. Then let's talk about the alternative to marriages. So the alternative to marriages include cohabitation and civil partnership. So what is cohabitation? Cohabitation is when two people who are not married are living together in an intimate relationship. Intimate relationship means that physical relationship. So there are three types of cohabitation: permanent or long term relationships, short term relationships without commitments, and trial marriages. So the permanent or long term relationships means that people are living together, they're not married, but they live together for a long period. Short term relationships without commitments is when the people live together but they're not committed that how much time they will live together. And there are trial marriages that people just take a trial that how we will live after marriage. So this is the cohabitation, and there are three types of cohabitation. So coming to civil partnership is when the same sex people marry and they have the same rights as heterosexual couples. Now let's talk about trends in marriages and divorce. So what are marriage trends? Decline of marriage reflects several trends with comparing with period before. Now more people are getting married later in life, never marrying at all, ending a marriage by divorce and remarrying. These are some marriages trends followed today. So what is remarriage? Let's talk about remarriage. Remarriage is after divorce or the death of a partner, new family is created by remarrying. We have talked it before in part 1 that what is remarriage, but it also comes in the trends. So what is marital breakdown? Marital breakdown is when a marriage has broken down, so the couple is no longer husband and wife. On there are some reasons of marital breakdown. That main reasons are divorce. What is divorce? Divorce is the legal ending of a marriage. Separation can be a reason. Separation means that the partners are no longer living together. And desertion, in which one partner leaves the family. And it is empty shell marriages is also a reason. And empty shell marriages when a couple live together without love or affection, and they appear to be a happy couple. So these are some points to remember. So coming to the divorce trends. So what are some divorce trends? That divorce trends features are that the people who marry young and are more likely to divorce, and middle class people are less likely to divorce, and the people who have strong religious beliefs are less likely to divorce. So reasons for the rise in divorce rates. So let's talk about some reasons that is a problem and the divorce rates are increasing. So because changes in moral attitudes can be a reason. Secularization is a reason. That means that decline in religion, the religion norms and values are not taken seriously, like civil relationships, and the decline of communities can be also a reason. Now let's talk about some positive attitudes towards divorce trends. Feminists would say women are less willing to stay in a marriage. They don't have to do their household work and they have to now support themselves. And changes in law have made people to divorce. Previously, only people having wealth can divorce, but now the people not having wealth can also divorce easily. Let's talk about the lone parent families. I've talked about it in part 1, but again I'm just like explaining it. That divorce and separation have led to number of lone parent families. Functionalists and right-wing theorists argue that lone parent families have a negative effect on children and the society in general. Others view that lone parents can be supported by others or children maybe not face problems, but feminists argue that the lone parent families results from the woman can raise their children without a man. So let's talk about the conjugal roles. Conjugal roles are the roles taken by the husband and wife. And joint conjugal roles are when husband and wife carry out many tasks together. And traditional conjugal roles are the normal roles in traditional nuclear family. Symmetrical families are families which conjugal roles have become equal. They have equal conjugal roles. And dual worker families in which both men and women do paid work. So these are some of the conjugal roles in today's society. And now let's talk about family roles. So what are family roles that are played? The roles that are played by every family member is the family role. So what is the role of a mother? Role of a female or a mother is to take care of her children, to do household chores, to make food, and their work is unpaid. Female work, how it is different from paid work. Let's talk about some reasons that how it is different from paid work. It is different from paid work because it is unpaid. There is no starting and finishing times. All of the time the women have to work and there are no benefits. It has low status and it is not a sense. So let's talk about the father roles. The father roles is that he's the head and he's the breadwinner of the family. Taking care of children was not appropriate for past fathers. Now men are more involved in looking after children and gender equality can be seen. What are the roles of grandparents? Grandparents' roles are many. So in economic, including giving money, they give money. And second reason could be accommodation. Grandparents may live with their children and grandchildren. So this is the way they accommodate. And the personal care, grandparents are involved as supporters and receivers. And it can be the practical support. Grandparents give practical support to the children. They look after children when parents are at work, and they give emotional and moral support. They listen, they talk, and they give advice. So the development in families have affected the roles of grandparents. Many grandparents have children who are divorced. Divorce and separation also affected the relationship between grandparents and children. They are now many step grandparents. They are grandparents in same-sex family, and many children have grandparents who belongs from more than one ethnic group. And grandparents are themselves likely to be divorced and remarried. So what are some children roles? That children roles are that the children are not before adult before 16, and they usually go to school, and they live, the lives are very different from adults, and they cannot act like adults, and they have to go to school. So these are some of the roles of the children. And what are some children's rights and responsibilities? So children are expected to be obedient towards adults. They need to accept that adults have more knowledge. But in modern society's time, is controlled by the parents. The children's time is controlled by the parents. The parents tell the children that when to wake up, when to sleep, when to eat. And this control is because of increased dangers of children, because there are many dangers today. So this control can also be like that. Control is for child protection or not. Outcome is shaping by the society and a particular form of childhood. And childhood is seen as a period of innocence. Modern societies are now child centered. So these are some of the rights and the responsibilities of the children. What is child centered? Let me tell you. The child centered is when child needs and wishes are the most important consideration. So, changes in family and conjugal roles. Changes in conjugal roles and symmetrical family debate. According to functionalists, there should be a clear separation in gender roles. Men should go to work and women should look after home and children. The British sociologist Wilmot and Young found evidence of new and equal division rather than segregated conjugal roles. So, what are some of the reasons for symmetrical families? Reasons can be nuclear families drift around families or home rather than work. This encourages more equal partnership. The decline of extended families led other family members to live freely without any norms or values. Or the reason could be that women has higher status, so men are more likely to treat them as equal, and women are more independent by pay work. And it is more easier for men and women to choose their roles nowadays, and labor saving devices in home reduces the time and effort. So there are some arguments that has changes to symmetrical family been exaggerated. So researchers suggest that there have been some changes, but they are quite slow. Feminists argue that the society is still patriarchal and domestic division of labor will be unequal. Some men will agree to help their wives, but main responsibility will stay on women. And other writers say that men could do selected work, but men still take most important decisions and women take less important decisions, and division of labor is still unequal. So there are some variations in family relationships, social stratification and family relationships. Wilmot and Young found that the symmetrical family was common amongst the working class, because working class men has less rewarding jobs, so they are willing to get involved into home life. Therefore, this is difference between classes again. So, what is this ethnicity and family relationship? Then, ethnicity is that ethnic minority groups have adopted their family lives to British circumstances. They are often strong families and there are less rate of divorce. Love is unnecessary and undesirable. The threat of family makes divorce much difficult. So there are some negative aspects of the family, that is including domestic violence and child abuse. What is domestic violence? Domestic violence is violence by males against females. It can be physical violence and emotional manipulations. Men are offenders and women are victims usually. Reasons why victims do not report domestic violence means that why do the females do not report about the domestic violence? Because they may think that police is unable to do something, they may fear that violence may become worse, they may be afraid of losing contact of their children, they may believe that abuse is normal and they deserve it, or they may say that they will change their abuser's behavior. So child abuse and neglect. What is child abuse and neglect? Child abuse is that not every children has a loving family. Children are neglected by parents or step parents in many societies. Child abuse have four forms: sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and neglect. Many children are in even more dangerous situation. Example, living with someone having mental problems. Okay, so let's talk about the demographic trends. Demographic trends are the changes like birth rates or death rates. So what are birth rates? In modern societies, birth rates has fallen and mothers having few children, and this is falling the fertility rate. Reasons for this is that it has become very expensive to raise children and fewer children are dying. It is no longer essential to have children to look after you when you are old. or contraception techniques are widely available. Having smaller family makes it easier to move geographically. Opportunity for women in paid work are restricted if they have many children. Bainopil family is a family with or one or less children. This family have less number of people in each generation. Couples who work and have no children are referred as DINK, double income, no kids. Birth outside marriages. Birth outside marriages is if a baby was born when parents are not married. Out of wedlock is used when a baby is born when parents are not married. Mortality rates and life expectancy. Mortality rate has fallen over last century. Some reasons are improved running water, advances in treating diseases. There are higher living standards nowadays, and fewer deaths related to work because of safe conditions, and now it is better education and healthcare. So thank you for watching. That's up for today, and I will come back with chapter 5, that is education, and then we will go to past papers and all. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.